I have been really struggling for past couple of weeks with productivity issues. I did think, okay, I want to get things done, and it was just not happening because I was losing motivation along the way. And as they say, sometimes having problems or having discomfort is a boon in some ways, because imagine if you're sitting in a seat, or like Vijay has given that example of having a pebble in your shoe. If there's a pebble in your shoe, it is so difficult to walk with that pebble in your shoe. You want to stop, you want to get rid of that pebble. Same thing, if you're sitting in a seat that makes you feel really uncomfortable, you would want to get out of that seat. Like Kiran gave his example, his life story, where he thought to himself, this time I could not fulfill my dreams because money was the issue. I would never want that to be an issue in my life. And for me, fortunately or unfortunately, I mean, a lot of things I'm grateful for, but that is, I have a very comfortable life, and that is standing in my way of me achieving my dreams, because that means I have to bring myself out of my comfort zone. And right now, fortunately, touch wood, my life is extremely comfortable. So I was talking to somebody who is helping me right now attain my goals, more like a coach, but from university. So it's not like a life coach or someone, he's from a university. And he talked to me about maximizing productivity, and he gave me 3 simple steps. Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen. And there we go. Okay, so maximizing productivity in 3 simple steps. Okay, so these are the 3 simple steps. First step is prioritizing, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Next time, I'll talk about the tools for planning, and that's next week. And the week after is actually achieving success. Okay, so let's go on to prioritizing using the Eisenhower matrix. So this is used to prioritize how to make decisions on what's urgent and important. I think all of you must have seen this matrix at some point or the other. You've got on the top, you've got things that are urgent. That's the column. Things that are not urgent. Those are the 2 columns you've got. Then you've got things that are important and things that are not so important. Now, all of us tend to naturally do the things that are urgent and important. Imagine a bill that needs to be paid. If you don't pay that, there are going to be consequences. Your mobile might get disconnected, electricity might get disconnected, whatever that is. So things that have consequences, things that are urgent and important, we all tend to do those. So that's fine. This bit, things that are important for you, but not necessarily urgent. There is no consequences or no kind of bad thing going to happen, disaster, none of that happening. Those things tend to be procrastinated. So those things are things that we need to plan on. And this is the box that I struggle with the most, because things I know are important to me, but then they're not urgent. And that's why I struggle with those. So things that are not important, but urgent. Again, things like chores, okay? See if you can delegate it. And lastly, things that are not urgent, not important. And we all have those things on our list. See if you can eliminate them altogether. Okay, let's look at a couple of examples. So the same matrix, things that you do. So things with clear deadline and consequences for not taking timely action. So for example, in my case, I'm right now applying for a visa. If I do not apply for this is the most boring task. I do not want to do this. But if I don't do this, I know I will be deported, and I don't want that. So that is an urgent and important task, which I am taking care of. The second thing that is important but not urgent are activities without a set deadline that bring you closer to your personal goals. These are the ones that are easy to procrastinate, as I just mentioned. And for me, this is at the moment writing my book, because it is important to me. It's my dream, but it's not urgent. There is no deadline on it. Things that are, again, that need to be done, but don't require any specific skill of yours. That's the busy work, the chores. see if you can delegate. So for me, I work with a Japanese school, I work with the French system as well. A lot of translation work needs to be done, and I tend to delegate it. I pay my daughter to do my translation works. All she needs to do is cut, copy, paste it in Google or DeepL and translate it to English and then save it on my hard drive. That's all she needs to do. But this is time consuming, but does not require any specific skill. So these kind of jobs can be delegated. And lastly, things that are distractions, okay? You feel worse afterwards, binge watching on Netflix. That can be, it's okay to do it in moderation. Those kind of things, we need to try and eliminate them. So example for me at the moment, home decoration. I love looking at furniture, like hours and hours. I can spend hours on all kind of furniture websites and looking for the right kind of furniture for my house. And I keep I like to change the decor in my house all the time. So that is a very unproductive thing for me, but I tend to do that. Now, how do we use this matrix? So once you have this matrix, just try and make a list of things that fit in each of the boxes. So urgent and important, not urgent. Again, urgent, not important, and not important, not urgent. Once you have a list of things, then you go to the next step, which is how do you plan for those things? Okay, but that we will cover next time. Just to summarize, that's the matrix. All you need to do is all the tasks that you have on a day-to-day basis, list them out and see in which box they fit, and then you plan for those activities. Okay, the planning will come next. So today we covered prioritizing. Next time we will cover the tools for planning. Okay, that was it. Thank you very much.